Ah, Third Life. Finally, a new server that I can chill and just do casual gameplay with my friends. I mean, what could go wrong? Hey, Grian! We're kicking the sand at all the dark oak in the server. We are starting a monopoly and everything the light touches is ours. And...
Hi guys.
Oh, hello Ito. Wanna increase that reputation points in Monopoly Mountain? Let me just take that iron boots and you will gain plus 10 RP. Oh no. So yeah, Third Life. It is an SMP server that uses the proximity mod and has literally no rules, griefing is allowed, and PvP enabled. It is composed of some hermits, people from X Life, and a bunch of friends that gathered together to form an SMP. But with a twist. This twist is that all players will be playing inside the 700 by 700 world border, meaning that resources like sand and gravel will be limited, and also they're playing in hardcore mode, meaning that mobs will be harder, and instead of not respawning after you die, you will have 3 lives. So, Grian already explained this, but let me simplify things a bit. Basically, your first life, your name tag is color green, and in this life, you try to be just casual, survive, and have fun in general. But in your second life, your name tag will change to color orange, meaning that you need to be cautious and basically become paranoid of dying again. Cause once you are in your third life, your name will turn to red. And we all know that red means violence. So you try to start killing other people, and once you die, you're totally banned in the server. Yeah. So, Third Life is basically Hermitcraft, and Dream SMP have a baby, and boom, Third Life. It has similar traits like the alliances, factions, and 3 canon lives from the Dream SMP, and also the fun, casual, and good builds from Hermitcraft. So, speaking of alliances, Third Life members have various alliances and factions with their own ways of consolidating power, resources, or just sticking together to stay alive in general. So first, let us discuss the different factions and territories of the players in Third Life, starting with our first group, the Village People. So, the Village People are the Redstoners, composing of Ito, Impulse, and Tango. This group focuses on one thing, villagers. So, in the beginning stages of the server, the villagers mysteriously vanished, so that the person can succeed in his goal of gaining leverage and monopolizing certain resources, which can be easily obtained in trading with the villagers. But Grian saved the last 2 remaining villagers and gave them to the Village People, for them to use for trading. Currently, the villager count grew, and sooner or later, trading for certain resources will be possible, and will serve a key factor in gaining leverage and power from the other groups. Also, Tango stated that he secretly hid 2 cows somewhere in the server that will be very beneficial for the Village People. Cows in the beginning stages are used for food and leather for books by the other players, but when the resource became scarce, no cows were found in sight and was presumed to be extinct. Having the monopoly of cows can be a good leverage of having the only resource of leather for books and enchanting gear. Our next faction is a nearby group of the Castle People, residing in the Castle Mountain. So, the Castle People composes of B-Dubs and Zombie Cleo, who used to be part of the Village People, but eventually broke off due to other plans of securing their survival. Although they broke off, they're still part of the Eastern Faction Alliance between the factions of the Village and Castle People. Anyway, they're currently building a castle. Yes, a castle. Well, at least the framework of a castle.
Is this a toilet seat?
Very freaking funny, it's my CRASTLE!
The Castle People in its dungeons have scarce pet llama, Pizza, which was stolen by Cleo to gain leverage from the Sand People to give up their dark oak saplings. And speaking of Scar, our next faction is the Sand People. So this people is composing of Good Time with Scar and Grian, residing on top of the keep on Monopoly Mountain. The faction has one goal: sand. Not just protecting the sand, but monopolizing the resource. As you know, the server is inside the world border, meaning that all resources are not infinite. And having access to most of the sand in the server is quite a huge leverage from the other people. The faction is currently building a long cactus wall that stretches from the borders of the desert biome to keep other factions and intruders in entering freely in their lands. Next up, we have the Enchant People. Not the official name, but it works. Which resides on top of the mountain biome in an area called Renchanting. So, Renchanting is a fortified fort that houses the very first enchanting table in the server. Rendog and In the Little Wood, or Martin, resides in this area and have an alliance for having a joint stash of items under enchanting. They also have the second made ender chest in the server. Next up, we have the Valley People, composing of Solidarity Gaming and dang, that's a long name, or Smager, or Scott, or... So basically, these people resided in a valley inside the flower biome. They built hobbit-styled houses and have various animals and a cow named Daisy. They also have a monopoly on all of the server's netherworlds from the Nether Fortress, and also the first made ender chest in the server that is very useful for protecting certain precious items. And finally, we have various self-made factions, like the Skizzle Point located in the middle of the server, Smallish Beans somewhere in the flower biome, and Big Beast Base just in the southeast, in the Dark Oak Forest biome.
Very freaking funny, it's my CRASTLE!